Okay, good afternoon, evening. It's a little bit late. Today is the 27th day of Iyar, June 4th. And it's the 42nd day of the Omer, right? Just double check that. Just want to be absolutely sure before it gets too late. Today is Hayoim, Shnayim, Varboim, Yoim, Shehem, Shisha, Shavuos, La Omer. Today is 42 days, which is 6 weeks of the Omer, which makes 1 week from tonight, Shavuos. Okay, we're on page 65 in the Chayenu. Obviously, I'm not sitting in Shul right now. I'm on the side of the road on the way back from Pittsburgh, where I was together with Shalom, checking out his new, what's called a Masifta, but otherwise known as a yeshiva, for his age group. So God willing, he'll be in Pittsburgh next year. And we're going to learn Tanya. Okay, in today's lesson, in our physical world, the lowest realm, which is this world, the godly light, which is surely here, is so obscure that it's invisible. Do you see Hashem? Do you feel Hashem? Do you sense him? No, but we know it's there. These garments, as we explained, that the lower the worlds, the more garments there are. The higher the worlds, the less garments. So sometimes people have garments that are very, very thin. But in the wintertime, we wear thick sweaters and coats and all sorts of boots, and we wrap our faces with scarves and hats and everything else. You can barely see the person sometimes. When it's snowing outside and someone's walking down the street, you can't even tell who it is. So in this world, the light of Hashem is all concealed with these garments. Meaning the garments are not only numerous in quantity, but in also their ability to conceal is greater than ordinary garments. And that's the way this physical world can stay in creation. Otherwise, the light would be too powerful for us to exist. And God creates and animates this world by the vitality and light which he draws down and shines forth into it. This illumination is a light that is clothed, hidden, and concealed within the numerous and powerful garments. So the light is there, the energy is there, but it is hidden within the garments of Hashem. We literally cannot see any light of Hashem. All we see is the physical things that appear, even things that appear lifeless, like the ground right here, or a rock, or a mineral, or even this beautiful water. We don't consider it alive. Okay, maybe, but obviously trees are living, but not like a person is living. So gazing at corporal things such as the physical orb of earth can cause a person to imagine that it's lifeless, devoid of any spiritual vitality. Nevertheless, we know that every single thing in the world, from the smallest blade of grass, the rocks, the mountains, look at these rocks, the rock face here. Every single rock there and every single tree and every single home is given energy from God to exist. Otherwise, they would revert back to their original existence and they would cease to exist. Original, not existence, but they would revert back to nothingness. So when something's created from nothing, it must be constant. The fact that the world and its creatures were already once created during the 6 days of creation is not enough. Hashem has to constantly be creating. So it's almost as if everything is being recreated, so to speak. But when we aim Saif Baruch Hu, Rakshan is labish melavushim rabim, and this light comes from Hashem, the eternal light, except that it's clothed in many garments. Achayus kadur haaretz achumri nira le'enei basar hu mimalchus de malchus tasiyah, as is written in Eitz Chaim, that the light and vitality of the physical earth, which is seen by mortal eyes, is derived from malchus of asiyah. Malchus of asiyah is the lowest sphera, so the lowest level that God goes through with this whole seder shtalshalus, but nevertheless creates the world. And the godly light is hidden within that world. And in this lowest level of malchus of asiyah of this world, it is contained of malchus of the next highest world, the world of Yetzirah, and so forth. Within malchus of Yetzirah, in turn, is contained malchus of Bria, and so on and so forth. So, all in all, within the level of Malchus of all the worlds, including the level of Malchus of Asiyah, are contained the 10 spheres of the loftiest world, the world of Atzilus. So even though this world is created through the lowest level of Malchus of Asiyah, nevertheless, it goes all the way back up the ladder, up the chain of the state of Shtalshalus to the highest level of Atzilus. Amichedes Ma'atzilon Ein Sof Baruch Hu, which are united with Hashem, the Creator, the Blessed Ein Sof. Thus, so even the physical world, the orb of the earth, the core of the earth, every part of the world contains the light and vitality of Hashem, and this results from the light passing through the spheres of the various worlds, the spheres being the godliness of each world, as well as through numerous and powerful dense garments. The takeaway for today is you may be looking at something physical. We don't see the spirituality in it, but the Tanya and Alter Rebbe teaches us that every single thing, even the most inanimate object, maybe we see the water here, but down on the bottom of the water are all these little rocks. And every single rock and every single drop of water and every single mineral, of course, every fish and every plant and everything in the world that's created, we look at it and we see Gashmias. We see that it's a physical world. But if we learn what the Alter Rebbe is teaching us, we'll know that not only is it spirituality, not only is it godliness, which is enclosed in garments, but it really goes all the way up the chain to the highest level of spirituality. I just heard something jump out of the water. That is so cool. Either it was a fish or some other fishy thing in the water. Anyway, Zay Gesund, everyone. We'll see you, Mitzvah, tomorrow morning. And Solomon and I are going to daven mincha here as we see the sun set behind us. We're just into New Jersey from Pennsylvania on the way back home. So Zay Gesund, good to see you, Jeff. Jeff, you have 15 minutes to make it to Minyan.